While the death cap gets most of the attention in mushroom poisoning discussions, its close relative deserves equal fear and respect. Amanita virosa and related species, collectively called destroying angels, kill with the same brutal efficiency as death caps, but they do so while looking deceptively innocent and pure. These mushrooms are entirely white, pure white cap, white gills, white stem. That pristine appearance creates multiple dangerous misidentifications. People mistake them for edible white mushrooms like meadow mushrooms or horse mushrooms. Young destroying angels, still in their egg stage before the cap expands, resemble puffball mushrooms, which are edible and choice when young. The lethality is identical to death caps. Destroying angels contain the same amatoxins in the same concentrations. One mushroom contains enough toxin to kill an adult. The same three-phase progression occurs: initial gastrointestinal symptoms, false recovery, catastrophic organ failure. The same treatment limitations apply: no antidote, only supportive care and possible liver transplantation. Geographic distribution covers North America and Europe. These mushrooms form symbiotic relationships with various tree species, particularly conifers and hardwoods. They appear in forests, parks, and sometimes landscaped areas with appropriate tree partners. The fruiting season varies by region but typically peaks in late summer and fall. Visual identification requires careful attention to specific features. The volva, that cup-like structure at the stem base, is the key Amanita characteristic. You cannot see it unless you dig up the entire mushroom, roots and all. Many people pick mushrooms by cutting or breaking the stem, leaving the volva buried and invisible. Without seeing the volva, you might think you have a safe white mushroom. The stem typically has a ring or skirt, a remnant of the partial veil that covered the gills when the mushroom was young. The gills are free, not attached to the stem. The spore print is white. But here's the problem. Several edible white mushrooms share some of these characteristics. Superficial similarity isn't enough for safe identification. Case studies of experienced foragers killed by destroying angels are particularly sobering. These aren't naive beginners. They're people who've been foraging for years, who've successfully identified hundreds of mushrooms. Overconfidence develops from repeated success. They think they know what they're looking at. One mistake, one moment of carelessness or assumption, and they've consumed a lethal dose. The critical white mushroom rule exists for good reason. Never eat white-gilled mushrooms from the wild unless you're a trained mycologist. The number of deadly white species, the ease of confusion, the catastrophic consequences of error, all of this argues for absolute avoidance unless you have genuine expertise. Photographs across growth stages reveal how appearance changes. The egg stage, where the mushroom is still enclosed in a universal veil, looks like a white ball emerging from soil. People have mistaken this for puffballs and died. As the cap expands, the mushroom goes through several forms, each potentially confusing with different species. Young destroying angels, with caps not fully expanded, look different from mature specimens with flat caps. The same individual mushroom appears to be different species at different ages. This temporal variation adds another layer of identification difficulty. Environmental conditions affect appearance. A destroying angel growing in shade has a different cap texture than one in sunlight. Soil moisture, temperature, age all influence morphology. The Platonic ideal of what a destroying angel looks like exists in field guides, but real specimens in real environments show significant variation. The name itself carries warning. Destroying angel isn't scientific nomenclature. It's folk terminology reflecting the mushroom's lethal beauty. That pristine white appearance, that angelic purity, masks systematic cellular destruction. The irony is perfect. Something that looks so innocent, so clean and pure, destroys your liver with quiet efficiency. For people who insist on foraging white mushrooms despite all warnings, expert confirmation is absolutely mandatory. Bring specimens to mycologists who can conduct microscopic examination, Check for the presence and characteristics of the vulva, measure spore dimensions, and integrate all this information into confident identification. But the safer message is simpler: leave white-gilled mushrooms alone. The risk-benefit calculation doesn't justify the danger. Destroying angels have killed experts. They'll certainly kill amateurs. That beautiful white mushroom isn't worth your liver.